Welcome, everyone, to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Michigan State Spartans offense will have the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Fires one high and deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Pulls and fires complete. At the 35, he's loose. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up, but this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Spartans. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself...
Wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. He'll try to tack on one more. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So Michigan State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. A big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Oh, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes. Better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
And these guys are going to be right in the middle of the field, flying all over the field, and quarterbacks will make sure that they are locked in and not throwing the ball near those guys.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Safe completion on the screen. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
And the Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. The option look. The pitch. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Back to throw, it's Finley. He looks that one in nicely. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Nittany Lions are rolling down the field. Handoff from the gun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Well, this defense has to know that this fullback, he's not just a blocker, he's a guy that can carry the football as well. He went ahead and got that first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
The give to the back. Across the 25, he's got room. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State! Getting set for the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Pressure coming. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Spartans will punt this one away. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
When When you play zone coverage, everybody drops back. Everybody has eyes on the quarterbacks. You're not really looking at the wide receivers a lot of times, so they can slip in those little cracks, and the quarterback can really make precise throws. Great job, great play, great throw, great game.
Well, how about that? They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the first down. Nice play.
Give to the running back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to run for it. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The give to the tailback. He's there to make the stop.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
He's right on target. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Nittany Lions want to move quickly. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They're bringing heat. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Sparty's defensive front is dominating. They have a great history of doing that.
Yeah, getting after the quarterback, man. Getting off the football, getting upfield, being disruptive, being a great defense that can stop the run and find the quarterback. Man, that's what you'd like to see if you're a Spartans fan.
Wants to throw. It's Finley. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. The Nittany Lions get enough to move the chains.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
This defense has been able to force a couple of 3rd downs, but they haven't been able to get the stop. Can they do it this time? From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
Hey, that's a live ball. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on a massive fumble recovery.
On first down, here comes this offense. He's looking to throw it. Going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Finley. Buys a little time. He'll try to do it himself. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, sudden change situation. You got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight. They didn't allow a touchdown. They forced their opponent to kick a field goal. Nice job.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Trying to get to him. He's got it. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. And the Spartans moving quickly to the line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Unloads to the wideout. Working on the right.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Gets it out fast. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Feeling some heat. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Steps away. He's going to take off. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And this one splits the uprights.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on. And
he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
Man, I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting.
The Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line. Going up top on first down. Right down the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Finley. Dances away to buy time. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets him up. 1st and 10 from the 36. Looking to move it through the air. Escapes the sack. Open space at the 25. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Quarterback will audible. Now from inside the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry here.
And the Spartans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Finds his tight end. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. And the Nittany Lions are marching down the field. They'll leave it with him. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Grabs it inside the 10. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State! They've extended this lead, guys, and sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
A about to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking to the big tight end. Fires and picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Just such a nice job by him understanding his responsibility in that cover 2 zone scheme. He's just floating over the middle of the field. He's just very aware of tight ends and running backs around him. And as soon as he sees color, as soon as he sees an intended target, he's already running that way. He's able to jump the throw and pick it up.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Offense gets set for second down. Now the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
A little screen to the running back. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Nittany Lions line it up with a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Finley. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quickly complete. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now.
Oh, they knock it free. And the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
Running back searching for a hole. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can...
Touchdown, Penn State! And the beatdown has ensued.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Penn State. Michigan State, 10.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over,
He's got it down the left side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. He'll pull it on the read. Hard running there. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
It's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in. He got that sucker to the ground.
Quarterback on the keeper. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The Spartans will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to even have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Ready to fire from the pistol. To the ground with the back. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. The running back has it. Crosses the 30, he's got away. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Nittany Lions will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the route is on. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Penn State 45. Michigan State.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Unloads to the right. Hauls it in. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Another incompletion on third down. And the Spartans send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Catches it cleanly at the 20. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff to the lone back. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Trying to impose their will with the run. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And the punishment has been extended. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, that sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today, they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Soft spot in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Spartans with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Coming after him. That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to it.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs.